Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that touches every single one of us, every single day: problem solving. But not just any problem solving, we're talking about the art of it, especially for you creative thinkers out there. Ever felt stuck, like you're staring at a brick wall with no idea how to get to the other side? Or maybe you have a brilliant idea, but the path to making it real seems cluttered with obstacles. You are absolutely not alone. The world is full of challenges, big and small, and learning to navigate them effectively is a superpower. This isn't about finding the answer, but about developing a mindset and a toolkit that empowers you to tackle anything that comes your way with confidence and, most importantly, creativity. We're going to explore some fantastic techniques that will not only help you solve problems but also spark innovation, foster resilience, and really let your unique thinking shine. So, if you're ready to transform how you approach challenges and unlock your inner creative problem solver, stick around. This is going to be an insightful journey. First up, let's talk about reframing the problem. This is a game changer. Often, when we face a problem, we immediately jump to what we think it is. But what if our initial understanding is limiting us? Reframing is about stepping back and looking at the situation from multiple angles. Instead of saying, "My project is too complicated," try, "How can I simplify this project into manageable steps?" Or if it's, "I don't have enough time," reframe it to, "How can I optimize my existing time or delegate effectively?" This subtle shift in perspective can completely open up new avenues for solutions. It's like looking at a painting from a different distance. Suddenly, you notice details you missed before. Think of it this way. A famous example is the question of how to get a truck stuck under a bridge. Many people immediately think of lowering the truck, maybe deflating the tires. But what if you reframe it? The simple solution was often to just let some air out of the tires. It's about questioning the assumptions built into the problem statement itself. What are we taking for granted? What if the problem isn't what we think it is at all? This technique forces you to challenge your initial biases and look beyond the obvious, which is where truly creative solutions often hide. Spend some time actively trying to articulate your problem in 5 different ways. You'll be amazed at what emerges. Next, let's explore the power of divergent thinking. This is all about brainstorming, but with a crucial difference: no judgment allowed. When you're trying to solve a problem, especially a tricky one, the natural inclination is to immediately look for the right answer. But divergent thinking encourages you to generate as many ideas as possible, no matter how wild or seemingly impractical they might seem. Think quantity over quality in this initial phase. Use techniques like mind mapping, where you start with the central problem and branch out with every idea, thought, or association that comes to mind. Don't censor yourself. Write down everything. Another fantastic divergent thinking tool is SCAMPER. It's an acronym that stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, magnify, minify, put to another use, eliminate, and reverse rearrange. Apply each of these actions to elements of your problem or existing solutions. For example, if you're developing a new product, ask, "What can I substitute in its materials? What can I combine it with? How can I adapt it for a different audience?" This structured approach helps you systematically explore a vast array of possibilities, pushing you beyond your comfort zone and into innovative territory. Remember, the goal here is to expand your options, not to narrow them. The more ideas you generate, the higher the chance of finding a truly brilliant one. Once you have a massive pool of ideas from divergent thinking, it's time for convergent thinking. This is where you filter, evaluate, and refine those wild ideas into actionable solutions. It's the logical, analytical side of problem solving. But even here, creativity plays a role. Instead of just picking the best idea, try to see how seemingly disparate ideas can be combined or refined. Use criteria to evaluate your ideas. Is it feasible? Is it cost-effective? Does it address the root cause of the problem? What are the potential risks and benefits? A great technique for convergent thinking is the 6 thinking hats method. Each hat represents a different mode of thinking: white, facts and data; red, emotions and intuition; black, caution and critical judgment; yellow, optimism and benefits; green creativity and new ideas, and blue process control. By consciously wearing each hat, you ensure a holistic evaluation of your ideas, preventing premature dismissal of good concepts or blindly pursuing flawed ones. This systematic approach ensures that you don't just pick the easiest solution but the most robust and effective one. It's about being deliberate and thoughtful in your decision-making. Let's also talk about the importance of empathy and user-centric design. Many problems, especially in business or social contexts, revolve around people. Understanding the needs, desires, and pain points of the people affected by the problem is crucial. This is where empathy comes in. Put yourself in their shoes. What are their experiences? What frustrates them? What would truly make a difference for them? Conducting interviews, observations, and even experiencing the problem firsthand can provide invaluable insights that pure data analysis might miss. Design thinking, a popular methodology, heavily emphasizes this. It starts with empathize, then moves to define the problem from the user's perspective, ideate solutions, prototype them, and finally test. This iterative process ensures that solutions are not just theoretical but actually address real-world needs and are refined based on user feedback. It moves problem solving from an abstract exercise to a human-centered one, often leading to more impactful and successful outcomes. Never underestimate the power of truly listening and observing. Another fantastic technique for creative problem solvers is mind mapping and visual thinking. Sometimes, language alone isn't enough to capture the complexity of a problem or the flow of ideas. Mind mapping, as we briefly mentioned, is a brilliant way to visually organize thoughts, connect concepts, and generate new ideas. Instead of linear notes, you create a web of ideas, using colors, images, and symbols to represent different elements. This appeals to the visual parts of our brain and can unlock connections that might otherwise remain hidden. Beyond mind maps, consider using flowcharts, diagrams, or even sketching out your problem and potential solutions. Visualizing the components of a problem, how they interact, and where the bottlenecks are, can provide a clarity that words often cannot. It helps you see the big picture while also allowing you to zoom in on specific details. For creative thinkers, this visual approach is often intuitive and highly effective, transforming an abstract challenge into something concrete and manipulable. Don't be afraid to draw, even if you think you're not an artist. It's about clarity, not perfection. Now, let's talk about breaking down the problem. Large, complex problems can feel overwhelming. It's like trying to eat an entire elephant in one go. Impossible. The trick is to break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. This is often called chunking or decomposition. Identify the main components of the problem, and then break each of those down further, until you have a series of small, solvable tasks. This makes the overall problem seem less daunting and allows you to focus your efforts on one piece at a time. For example, if your problem is launching a new online course, you can break it down into course content creation, platform selection, marketing strategy, technical setup, and launch day activities. Each of those can be further broken down. This approach not only makes the problem feel more achievable but also helps you identify critical dependencies and potential roadblocks earlier. It's about creating a roadmap for resolution, turning a massive challenge into a series of smaller victories. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, embrace experimentation and iteration. The first solution you come up with is rarely the best one. Creative problem solving is not a one-and-done process. It's an ongoing cycle of trying, learning, and refining. Don't be afraid to try out an idea, even if it's imperfect. Collect feedback, analyze the results, and then iterate. This might mean tweaking your solution, combining elements from different ideas, or even going back to the drawing board if necessary. Think of it like a scientist in a lab. They form a hypothesis, conduct an experiment, observe the results, and then adjust their hypothesis or design new experiments. Failure isn't an end. It's a valuable learning opportunity that brings you closer to the optimal solution. This mindset of continuous improvement is what truly sets creative problem solvers apart. It fosters resilience and a willingness to adapt, ensuring that your solutions are not just innovative but also effective and enduring. So, there you have it, a toolkit of techniques for creative thinkers to master the art of problem solving. From reframing and divergent thinking to convergent analysis, empathy, visual tools, decomposition, and continuous experimentation, these strategies will empower you to tackle any challenge with confidence and a fresh perspective. Remember, problem solving isn't about being smart enough to know all the answers. It is about being curious enough to ask the right questions and brave enough to explore new paths. Keep practicing these techniques, and you'll find yourself not just solving problems, but truly innovating and creating better outcomes in every aspect of your life. Thank you so much for watching today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on creativity, productivity, and personal growth. What are your favorite problem-solving techniques? Share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your insights. See you in the next one.